All right, I am going live and I've got the comments set up. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey there, how are you? I am just sitting here looking at my notes, trying to figure out, make sure I've got everything organized. How's everything in Mills River, North Carolina? How's the weather up there? Y'all getting a lot of wind and rain and all that fun stuff? Okay. Hey, Karen Joe, how are you? Trying to get my notes together and all my stuff that I've got to show you all. Excuse me. My left thumb, I'm not sure what it is. I think I've got arthritis in it, and every now and then it acts up. And my doctor, before we moved here back in the villages, said, "Oh, I can give you a shot for that." Well, you know what? I don't want to take any more drugs than I have to, and I don't want a shot because then it seems like you need to have a shot all the time. I'm trying to fix something on my table and it's not working. Anyways, it's just and I don't want to take a shot, so it bothers me every now and then. It really depends on the weather, but it's not cold. Obviously, it's not cold outside here in Florida, right? It's like 90 some degrees, but I don't know. So anyways, it's one of those copper things that supposedly it's supposed to help. I don't know, but I put it on. It's kind of gotten stretched out, but normally it does give it a little tightness, so it helps it. But it's just been aching really bad. So, hi from sunny California. Is this your first time with us, Katrina? Welcome. Oh, it's fine. You're early. I'm early too. I try to get on here at least by 5 till, if not a little bit before that. I was just trying to organize everything. Who's crying? Oh, is it because of my wrist? It's not a big deal, believe me. I just deal with it, you know. I just hate taking drugs unless I absolutely have to. And I only take 3 things, and one I probably could do. I take cholesterol, and I probably could get rid of that if I just exercise more. But anyways, the other 2 I have to take. So anyways, that's just part of life, but it's okay. So anyways, I'm excited for tonight. I've got some new stuff that I'm going to go over with y'all. We got a few more minutes. So, well, welcome, Katrina. I'm glad it's your first time. I hope you like this. We get notified. No, that's not sweating. What is that? Yes, we get notified. No, that's not. What does that mean? Somebody on Facebook wrote that. I'm not sure who that was. But anyways, so I know I've got to figure out. I know I put my little timer thing out there to remind y'all in 15 minutes and all that. But I think there's a way that you can put something on Facebook, but I'm not sure if it works when you're doing live going through, because I'm using Switcher Studio. Oh, when you come on. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm with you now. There's a 15 second, 20 second delay. So I'm reading and like, what? Sweat and tears. Yeah. But anyway, so it's been crazy. It's been hot for those of you that don't live in Florida, or I guess Texas, because I should say here that they're getting hot there too. But it is just, you don't even want to go outside. I go out and walk the dog, and she's like dragging because she don't want to be out there either. And I'm thinking, you got a fur coat on. I wouldn't want to be out there in a fur coat either. So bless her heart, but she's a trooper. Tomorrow we go to our medical center and we do our therapy visits. I'm trying to get my camera adjusted. So that should be fun. I'll try not to walk her too much, but it's like a complete floor. She gets a little worn out that way, but anyways, it's okay. So let's see what time it is. All right, 7 o'clock. I'm going to give it another minute, and then I'll start my little pitch of stuff that we need to cover before we get started. And then that way, those that come in late, they will have only missed the information piece of it, and then hopefully they won't miss too much of the card making part. But I'm excited. So we've got a new set that we're going to be working with. So anyways, but thank you everybody for joining me. And as always, if you like what you see, please make sure you like and share on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you'll get notified each time that I upload a new video. So that's that. So let me go through. I know it's a little bit, and there's probably other people coming on. I'll give it another minute because it's probably going to be 7:01 in just a minute. So one more minute and then we'll get started. But I do have a lot of samples to show you. I've been busy this week. I'm not sure, but I have just been crazy busy. So that's a good thing. Anyways, okay, well, let's go ahead. I'm going to flip the camera down. I'm just going to go over what's happening, which I'm sure you all are aware of. We're getting towards the end of the month, so let me flip the camera down to my desk. As you know, we're currently in our Designer Series paper sale, and which is 15% off, and there are 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 papers. So I would highly encourage you, you've only got 3 more days left to take advantage of this. And I would highly encourage you to do that as well, especially if you like some of these. So keep that in mind. Also, if you haven't signed up to join my newsletter, please do so. I send out weekly emails, and each week you'll receive at least 2 tutorials. And then I also provide coupons for each month that pertain to different products or percentages off or something free or whatever in the catalog. And then based on your shopping and how much money you spend, then you can get you'll get what I call my savvy points, and you'll get free products. So this is in my newsletter, and you can download. For instance, this month, if you spend $60 in my online store, then you would receive a package of the 2325 in color cardstock, the assorted cardstock. And now next month, if you purchase a bundle, you'll receive, in addition to the 10% that Stampin' Up! Gives you, I will give you an additional 5%. And what I normally do, if it's easier for you all, is just to have you order it, and then I will just Venmo or PayPal you whatever the difference is that equals that 5% or whatever the coupon. It's just a little bit easier to do it that way. So there's coupons that I have through April of next year. So keep that in mind. And then every time you spend at least $50, so if you do $50 increments, you fill out, and this form is on there as well that you can download. You fill in these 8 lines here. You have to have $50 increments. Then once you complete that, then you will receive $40 in free product, and you just write down what you want. You will pay the shipping and tax on that. And then you can either take a copy of this with your phone and text it to me, or email, or whatever you want to do. I don't care, as long as I get it, and then I'll just verify the amounts. So for instance, if you do a $52 purchase, and this is before shipping and tax, then you'd have $150 that qualifies. If you did $105, then you'd get 2 more of $50. All right, so you'd have, so then that way you'd have at least 3 lined up. So it's every $50, and then once you get 8 of those, then you'll get $40 in free product from me. So I think that's a pretty good bargain there. And then in addition, if you spend $50 in my store, then in my online store, then you will get a free tutorial bundle from me as a thank you gift. And what that is I am part of a collaboration with, I don't know, there's probably 50 some other demonstrators, and we're all in throughout the United States and other countries where Stampin' Up! Is located. So this is a collaboration. So for June, we had 47 projects. And this is a really good thing to have, because not only does it give you all of the step-by-step directions, as well as the supplies and the products that we use, but you can either copy it and make cards that way, or you can use it as inspiration and use your own products if you don't have whatever product that they're using. So every month a new one comes out. Typically I don't get the copy, this part of it, until around the 5th of the month. I'll get the viewing piece, and then the rest of it will come about, 3 to 5 days later. The girl that puts it together, it's a challenge. It's a lot. I don't know how she does it, but she does it. So welcome, Kathy. So just keep that in mind. You got 3 more days to place orders through my online store, and to get this, you need to spend a minimum of $50. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay. Now tonight, I'm going to be working with, Stampin' Up! Has come up with these online exclusive items, so they're not found in any catalogs. And I think the idea is, with the shipping issues and supply chain issues and all of that, by doing these online exclusives, it allows them to get that information out to us quicker than having to get something printed and then mailed and sent to us and then mailed out to you all. So you need to always go online, and I would say probably check it every week or so. Normally they've got it set up, they'll put stuff out every month or two, and so I'll let you know when the new ones are being posted. But anyways, so if you go on, just search online exclusives, and right now, well, for us as demonstrators, there are 2 available that we can take advantage of. And one of them is what we're going to be using this evening, and I'm sure you've probably seen some of the horse and sleigh stamp set. This is absolutely beautiful. Now, it's a collection that you can purchase at $72.50. Now, this doesn't go live to customers until July 6th, okay? Now, if you want to get this, you can take advantage of our join special and join my stamping community. And for $155, you get to choose $155 for $99 plus your sales tax. And in that, you can choose this product if you want this to go in your starter kit. Now, you don't need to teach classes. You don't need to do what I'm doing. If you want to do it for the discount, because you'll get a 20% discount. And if you stop at whatever point, then you just go back to being a customer paying full price. So anyways, this suite here, I'm telling you right now, y'all are going to want this, because when you see this paper that's included, you are going to die. So in the suite, you get the stamp set and the dies, and the dies come with a little bunny right there, sees that, and I'll show you the dies in just a minute. And then you get this designer series paper, and I'm telling you right now, when this goes live, you're going to want to order a couple of these for Christmas, because when I show you what we're going to do with them, you are going to just be going, oh my goodness. And then there's different snowflakes that you can get as a bundle, now as the collection. So the collection is $72.50. If you don't want the collection, you just want the stamp set, the stamp's $24. If you want the bundle, then it's $52. And my recommendation, that's 10% off. You want to get your dies to go with your bundle, because that's just the way it is. And then one of the other sets is called Timeless Charm. And this is a bundle. It's $53. And there's all sorts of flowers and some of these, we've seen some of these, depending on what you like, background, smudgy things, whatever you want to call them. And then here's some different flowers that you'll be able to cut out with. Those are the dies and the leaves. And that's the actual size of one of the flowers. So those are 2 items that will be available on July 6th. But if you decide you want to get it sooner, you can add these to your kit by joining my Stampin' Up! Community. So, pardon me, let me get a sip real quick of water. All right. So let me just, first of all, introduce myself, because I didn't do that. I'm Dawn Duvall. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And I live in Fort Myers, Florida, and I've been here 1 year, just before the hurricane hit. And this is my new thing that I'm going to say. Join me on an exciting creative journey as we explore easy, fun-fold card making using SIP. Now, we're not talking about drinking. It's stamps, ink, and paper. So let's have some fun, which I always do. And if you're new to my channel, I hope you'll come back because we do like to have fun. All right, let me show you this set. All right, here is called the Horse and Sleigh. Isn't this cute? Look at this. It's got the sleigh with a horsey. You got a bunny rabbit jumping. I guess these are little snowflakes or something. I'm not quite sure. This is a tree, and kind of a tree that looks like it's naked. And then we've got 4 different sentiments that we can use, okay? And these are photopolymer, so that means they're clear. Now, the horse, really, let me open this up. It's a pretty good size. It's not that bad. Excuse me, it's not that bad, though, to look at how, you know, the size of him. Put them on my black hand, then you can see them. So that's not too bad. But it's just, oh my gosh. Okay, so there's the stamp. Now let me show you the dies. Now, have y'all seen this before? I'm sure there's a lot of demonstrators out. I think we've all fallen in love with this. All right, so here are the dies. We've got the horse. Now this piece here is the bottom of the sleigh. So it's going to cover up this right here, and you're going to do that like in a silver. And then this little piece goes, and I'll show you because I've got a card done with it, goes on the sleigh itself, and you do those in silver. This is your bunny rabbit, and then you got 2 trees you can cut out, and then these are snow mounds, and then of course the horse and the carriage. So there's 9 dies that come with this bundle. And then these are the snowflakes. Let me put this in here. I've already die cut what I needed to die cut. And then here are the snowflakes. I think these are really pretty. They are, let's see, it looks like gold, copper, and white. Isn't this pretty? So it's different, kind of unique colors. I've never seen this, but it's kind of, I don't know, I like it. And I've used some of those on some of the samples, so you'll see that. All right, now let me show you this paper, and this is why I'm saying that y'all might want to you might want to really think about joining to take advantage of this paper now. Okay, you get, it's 6x6 paper. It comes 48 sheets, and you get 4 of 12 different designs. Okay, so here we go. We have this one with a house, red house in the background. And then I'll show you the back side. The back sides are all, and the reason I say this is because even if you don't use all of it up at Christmas, you can see the back sides. Here's another one that's deep in the forest. And then here's one that's in blue. Looks like evening is setting. And you've got the fence with some snow in the grass. And look, here's one, a house that's lighted up, a cabin. I'll flip these over and show you the back. Here's one where looks like the sun is either starting to rise, or I guess it's setting. It probably looks like it's starting to rise. All right. And then here's one from up top of the trees looking down at some footprints. And then here's a snow-covered one with some rocks and trees. Looks like it might possibly be a lake. I don't know. Whatever. Well, probably not. I guess you wouldn't have trees in a lake. It's field. So you can tell I don't live out in that neck of the woods. And then here's one with Bambi. Isn't that cute? And you've got some little, probably calypso coral there, like the night sky starting to set. Isn't that cute? And I'm going to show you some different things that we're going to do with this paper. Here's another forest with the trees. I know, I'm telling you what, this is absolutely stunning. And there's some more trees with snow on them and a fence. And then here's this little fox. Oops, wait a minute, we got one more. Here's this little fox. Isn't he cute? I'll get him up there so you can see him. Little red fox. And then this is the last one. We're going to be, I think we're not using this one because I'll show you a sample. But there's that. Now let me just flip over real quick and just show you what the back sides are. So these are pretty generic. So look at that. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be wintertime. So you definitely want to take advantage of getting this paper because all of this can be used any time of the year. I mean, this is just trees out in the forest, right? So there you go. That's the paper. And it's 48 sheets, and I want to say I think it's the normal $12.50. Let me see. Yeah, $12.50, 48 sheets, 12 designs, 4 of each. So that's what I'm telling you. It is amazing. I'm telling you. Wait till you see what we're going to do. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm going to put that over there out of the way. Now let me show you one of the cards that we're going to make. And then I'll show you the other one before we get ready to make that one. Okay, so we're going to cut the paper up. This is a great way. And remember this, template because you can use this with other DSP that we have or designer paper that may have a scene in it. So watch this. You ready? Ta-da! Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. You just cut it. So we're going to do this. This is going to be the first card that we're going to do. So when you cut it and they open the card, they get to see the scene, and then here's where you write your message or stamp whatever you want to stamp. And then you close it and it lays flat. Isn't that cool? So that, look at that. Isn't that amazing? So that's what we're going to make right now. Not this one. We're going to do a different design, okay? All right, so let's get started. I'm going to give you all the measurements. Let me make sure I got the right measurements for the right stuff here. All right, so you're going to take a piece of cardstock that's going to be your normal 8.5 by 5.5. Let me move my papers out of the way. Hang on a second. Let me get my stuff opened up here. I get excited about stuff. I love it. I'm telling you, the fun fold and the paper, you guys are going to wait till you see the rest of the cards that I've done. All right, now, all right, so here we go with our measurements. So if you have pen and paper, if not, I'll put something together tomorrow if you would like, and I'll do a tutorial. I haven't done it, so I'll do it tomorrow. Riley, the dog, and myself, we do therapy visits at 1 o'clock, so I'll try to get it done in the morning, okay? All right, so here we go. We're going to take our 8.5 by 11, and we are going to score this. Now, this is the first one, so we're going to score this at 1.5 inches. So we're going to come up here to 1.5. I mean, it's really simple when you look at how we do this. Okay, so 1.5, and then we're going to move it over and score at 4.25. Okay, that's all we're going to do on this card for the scoring. All right, so we're going to score there. Okay, the next one is going to be another fun fold, and y'all are going to like that one too. Okay, so we're going to fold this one over. And we've done this before, this type of fold. It just looks different when we're using this beautiful paper, right? So then this fold piece, we're just going to fold it back, right? All right, so we're going to do that. So that's all we have to do for our cardstock, all right? Okay, so there's that. Now, here comes the fun part. Now, this is our 6 by 6 paper. So we are going to bring this in. Let me move my stuff out of the way for a minute here. All right, so we're going to cut. Now, the first thing that I want to do, this is how I'm looking at it, the foot marks, I'm assuming the tracks of an animal or something is going this way. So this is my top and this is my bottom. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to cut this down. Hang on a minute, I got to read my notes again. Hang on, I don't want to screw this thing up. Okay, so from the bottom, I'm going to cut off I'm going to make this to 5.25, right? Just like we normally do. So I'm just going to cut 1 and 5.25, 3/4 of an inch off, and keep this because we'll need that. We're going to use this later. Okay. So that was my bottom. Now I'm turning my paper back, and what we're going to do. Now this one's going to be a little bit different, but I think it will work because the way I'm going to tell you how to cut it is going to make the scene look a lot better. So this piece right here, we're going to use that. So we're going to keep that there. But going forward, when we cut this, we want to keep them in the order that we cut them, okay? So we're going to start out at 2 3/4. So we're going to cut 2 3/4 here. Okay, we're going to put that one off to the side. And this should be 5.25, right? We'll put this one down here. All right, so that's my 2 3/4. And now we're going to move this over and cut 1.25. 1.25. There's 1.25 right there. And the next one is going to be some fun cutting too. All right, so 1.25. And then that should leave us a 2-inch piece, which it does. Okay, so these 3 pieces, we know they go in order. This one is pretty easy. The next one will be a little bit different. Okay, so we're going to move that over here. And let's bring in, I'm telling you, it's so simple, you guys. All right, and then we want a piece of basic white that's going to be cut at 5.25 by 1 7/8. Okay, so 1 7/8 by 5.25 for our piece of paper for the writing your message. I had to stop and think. Okay, all right, so the first thing that we're going to do, and this is easy, I'm telling you, the first thing we're going to do is going to take this piece, right, because this is the first piece we cut, and we're just going to glue it right down on this flap, okay? So we're going to add adhesive, and you just want to leave your little bit of a border, and then of course that's going to leave our border there, right? So you can do one of two things. You can either put your adhesive on the cardstock here if you choose to do it that way, or you can put it on the back of your paper. I think I'm going to do it on here because you can have a better idea of how much to put and where to put your glue, okay? All right, so we're going to lay this right here. Yeah, make sure I got my feet going the right direction. So I'm just going to glue this right here. Let me get it down. And I got this from a demonstrator up in Virginia. Judy Clock is her name. And this is where I got this design. All right, so we're just going to just do that one side because this one, we want to keep that one open, right? So now this, we're going to open it all the way. So now we're taking this piece and it's going to go right inside there. All right, so we're just going to add our adhesive. If I can find what, oh, I laid my glue down in the wrong spot. Now see, don't you like the backing? So the back side you can use, this can be used for anything. I'm going to bring my little glue holder over that Miss Karen Joe gave me. So we're going to lay this down and we're going to have just our small border around both pieces, right? Make sure it's lined up on the bottom so they're even. Whoopsie. Got to be careful. The liquid glue does get to move. All right, so see how easy this is becoming? The next one's fun too. All right, and then this piece, see how it all lines up? So this one's going to go here. So we're going to put that on here. I tell you what, my ladies, I teach classes here, which are a lot of seniors. Most of you that have been watching me know. I tell you what, they do not know what a little bit of glue means. I tell you, those ladies, I'm going to have to order some more glue. They go through that liquid glue like it's no tomorrow. So I'm going to teach them how to do a dot, dot, dot. Too much, what does it say? Dot, dot, dot. Too much is, no, I got to remember how it goes. Oh, not a lot. Dot, 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 not a lot. So, all right. And then the next thing is we are going to put this piece right here. Yeah, I've got that right. And this is where you can stamp your sentiment or write your message or whatever you want to do. I'm going to put a message on the front too. So this is where you can write something else on the inside or stamp something, whatever you want to do. See, they're really easy cards, but I've got quite a few different ones. I want to show you what I did. All right, so we're going to put that there, okay? And that's our card. Isn't that something? Look at that. So it lines up. Now, I could have moved this over a little bit, but that's okay. Isn't that cool? All right, now this piece that we have here, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put it right here on the card. So I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4, and because we want to use up all this paper, right? So we're going to make this at 5 1/4, and then all we have is this little tiny piece that we're not using. So we're just going to put him off to the side. Well, I was going to put him off to the side. All right, and then we're going to put this piece on the front of our card, and then we're going to add, let me get my silicone mat out so I don't get glue all over. And we're going to put, we'll put some snowflakes on this, just to kind of dress it up, okay? So we're going to flip this over, and I'm going to shut the card, because I'm just want to do this like the others. I'm just going to lay it on here. We're going to layer it, and it's going to have a nice, that way that piece doesn't look like it's naked. All right, we'll let that sit for just a minute. All right, and then I'm going to stamp a sentiment, and this one is in the, and we'll come back and do that last. Sending warmth your way. I've been using the other one. We'll use it on, we'll use that other sentiment, the big sentiment, on the next card. So this one I'm using, and I didn't tell you, this is Misty Moonlight paper, one of the comebacks from before. And I am going to stamp this on here, and I'm going to cut this down because it's too big. So I'm going to stamp this in Misty Moonlight, and I think I'm going to just stamp it right about there. Oh, you know what I did? I just stamped it in black. What was I thinking? Well, good thing it's two-sided paper, huh? See? All right, two-sided paper. It would probably have been fine in black, but I'm going to put it in Misty Moonlight. We're just going to make it tone on tone on tone. So I just think it's pretty. I love this color too. Okay, so let's try that one more time. We'll get the blue on there. All right, so let's stamp that right about there. And I always let it sit for a minute or so that it can transfer the ink. All right, and let me clean off my photopolymer stamp. And then I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in because this is too wide, so I'm just going to bring this in. And and you can judge how you want, whatever sentiment, just adjust it so it fits your, you know, your sentiment. Because I just grabbed a scrap piece of paper. So I think I'm going to pull it down just a little bit. If you can see, it's probably going to be a little crooked, but let's see. The only thing I don't like about, whoops, that's not going to work. So cut part of my S off. All right, I think we're going to make it 3/4 of an inch, it looks like. Is it going to cut off my S? I think it is. I think we might have to make this close. All right, I'm going to make this almost, I'm going to make it almost an inch. But I think my bottom is a little crooked too. All right, so here we go. All right, we'll do that. And let me see, because I just grabbed a scrap. Let me see. Now we'll trim him up just a tad. Just a little tiny smidge. Hopefully I can hold it down. Wait a minute. Hang on. Got to be careful because these little guys will like to move on their way. And I'm hoping I'm getting this straight. So hopefully I don't, you know what? Hang on. I always tell if it's going to cut my letters off or not. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to just cut this a little wonky. So I'm just going to take my, now we could cut it as a banner, but I think what I'd rather do is I think I'm just going to cut it like that. And then we'll cut this one up as long as I don't cut my S. And we'll just cut it like that. And we'll stick it right on here. Now we could add some, and I think we'll pop him up on dimensionals. So let's bring those in. And that's the only thing that we're going to pop up here is we'll put 3 on here. All right, so we'll get that. I think I just found what I want to do for my Christmas cards. Help! I know, I'm telling you. That's why this paper is going to, and not to try to put the scare of God into you, but this paper, I think once everybody sees it and the possibilities, I think it's going to sell fast. So again, just keep that in mind. If you want it, you can get it now if you join. If not, you get July 6th is when it will go live, okay? All right, and then the next thing we'll do is add our, let's put some snowflakes on here. I don't know about the copper or the gold for this card, so I'm just going to put a couple of white ones. So let me take these out of this bag here. I like when they put this stuff on here that you can open it, but then it gets stuck to the back. So, so we've got 3 sizes. We have large, medium, and small. Isn't that kind of cool? So let's see. Let's just put, let's just do this. Let's put a medium one, and we'll put 2 small ones. So let's put the medium one like in the center, and do a small one. And these are already got adhesive on them. So I'll just put one like right here on hanging off the edge, if I can get him off my scissors. And then we'll put another one. Whoops, whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. Hang on. We'll put another one right over here. How's that? Or you can put them 3 in a row, whatever you want. Okay, let's move this out of the way. There. Now, isn't that cute? I mean, so easy. Hi there from Pennsylvania. Isn't this a cute card? Oh my! Do you hear the singing? La! Isn't that gorgeous? I absolutely love this. And such an easy card. All right, so that's the number 1 card. Number 1 card. All right, now the next one, and then I'm only going to make 2, but then I'm going to show you, I've got about 6 cards, 6 cards I think that I made. Okay, so this is the next card we're going to make, but we're going to change it up just a little bit. So I'm giving you 2 different ways. Okay, you ready? Now, let me get my, hang on, let me get my notes because I got to get my directions out so I can get you these. And let me get to the right page. Okay, all right, so this is the card that we're going to make. Isn't that cute? Woo! Look at that. Isn't this cute? So again, we're going to use the paper, and it folds flat this way, so it goes into a regular size envelope. And this is one of those pretty papers. All right, and then this one, I just cut the horse and carriage out in black, so it's like the shadow. But this is a front panel card. We've made this before, but we're going to add this piece here. And then the next one, I've already cut the horse out and colored it, so it's going to be an actual colored horse. But isn't that gorgeous? Okay, and it stands up like that, so whoever gets it. And then on the back is where you can write your message. Okie doke. So we're going to get started with that one. And for whatever reason, I am using, I just realized I'm using Misty Moonlight on both of my papers. I guess that's what I picked. I wasn't thinking. Oh, well, you'll see the other papers when we look at the other ones. Okay. All right, let me move my stuff out of the way here. And this is the paper we're going to do on this one. Okay, this is what we're going to work with for tonight on this particular card. All right, now, this one is a little different because this is a front panel. So it's going to be your cardstock is actually measured at 4 1/4 by 8 inches. Okay, 4 1/4 by 8 inches. All right. Now we're going to score, and again, I'll put a tutorial together, but you can always come back and write the measurements down or write them down now if you choose to do so. All right, so we're going to score at, I got to open up this because I think we're going to go just a little bit. All right, so our first score mark is going to be at 1 1/4. So let's move this over to, let me get my glue out of the way. All right, so we're going to line this up at 1 1/4, and we're going to score. And then we're going to slide this down to 2 1/2. And remember, this card base is only 4 1/4 by 8. All right, so we're going to score at 2 1/2. And then we're going to move it down to 5 1/2. I'm reading my notes. 5 1/2. And then we're going to do 6 3/4. So we'll move that down to 6 3/4. Okay. All right, so there's that. All right, let me move this out of the way. So we're going to fold these. So this one's going to fold back, and then I'll come back with my bone folder. And then this one's going to come in, right? And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And then this one's going to come in. So that gives you that paneled card, right? So let's do give it some good creases here. And do that. And do that, okay? It really looks like a small card, but all right, so that's how we get our base of our card, okay? All right, now, this is where when we cut these pieces, we've got to keep it in order so our scene goes the way that we want it to go. All right, so again, I'm going to set this over here off to the side, and then this is the piece that I'm going to use. So what we want to do, oh, let me tell you what else you need. You're going to also need a piece of the same colored cardstock that is 1 1/4 by 5 1/2, and that's going to be our piece at the bottom. Okay, that's going to be the brace right there. All right, so that's the other piece, 1 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then you're going to need a piece of basic white for the back of your card because this is where we're going to put our sentiment, and this piece is 2 3/4 by 4. Okay, 2 3/4 by 4. And then we're going to cut our picture. So this is what we want to do. Now this one, because the scene, I think what I'm going to do is leave this like this, and I'm going to cut off the top. All right, so we want to cut 4. Let me think about this. Give me 1 second. I got to look through my thing here. 4 at 7/8 by 4. We got to cut 1 inch from the, okay. So depending on the scene, you can take 1 inch off the top and 1 inch from the bottom. But I want my bottom, so I'm going to cut 2 inches off the top because that'll bring me down to 4 inches. Okay, does that make sense? All right. But if you've got a scene that's similar to like this one that we used, then you would want to cut 1 inch off the top and 1 inch off the bottom, so that keeps everything symmetrical, okay? But this one, I want this bottom here, so I'm going to cut this down to 4 inches, which will be 2 inches off, right? Because it's 6 inches. So I'm just going to lay this here and cut this down. All right, and we're going to use part of that, so don't throw that away. All right, now we're going to cut. I have to get my measurements out. All right, so we're going to cut 4 at 7/8 by 4 inches, And what we'll do is, and then what I want to do is we want to keep the center centered. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. All right, so we're going to line up 7/8. All right, so we're going to do a 7/8, and this is already cut at 4. So let's close that. We're going to do 7/8. All right, so we're going to put this right here. I'm going to lay them right here so they stay in order. Then we're going to do another 7/8. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to flip this because I want to cut the other two, because we're going to do 4 of these, right? So I'm going to do another 7/8, and you'll see what I'm doing here in just a minute. All right, so this is going to be 7/8. I'm going to lift this up, lift this one up. Now I'm going to leave this over on this side because that's my end piece, right? And then we're going to do one more at 7/8. And once you do this, it's really simple. I mean, it's this part, you just got to think about it, okay? All right, so that's my other piece, and now that's going to go right next to that one. And then this is my last piece, and this should be at 2.5 by 4 inches. And if I cut it right up, I did. So 2.5 by 4, all right? Now, what we'll do, this is going to go in the center of our card. So that's going to go there, right? And then these little guys are going to line up just like this. Right, and then these 2 pieces are going to go over there. All right, so again, it's very simple. You just have to remember when you're cutting, keep everything in the order that you want it to go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add this to our cardstock. Can't believe I chose the same 2 daggone colors for the background of the paper. That wasn't too smart, was it? But I like the paper, that's why I did it. All right, so we're going to lay this one here. We're going to do just like we did on the other one. So we want to keep our scene intact. Okay, yes, I will get the tutorial out. I'll get it done in the morning. I don't think I have anything until 1 o'clock when Riley and I will leave about quarter to 1 because we got to go visit. We have to go visit all the old folks and do our therapy work. They love seeing her. All right, so we're going to place this one here. Again, once you get the cutting measurements down, it's easy. All right, and then this little guy is going to go right there. So we're going to put him there. See, I'm telling you, you guys are going to love this paper. You're going to want to buy it. I'm going to order, you know, we're limited on what we can pre-order, but I definitely will buy another pack or so of this because I love it so much. All right, and then if you send out your Christmas cards, so you can make all your Christmas cards the same design, but everybody gets something a little different. All right, so I'm going to move this over just a tad to try to make it look like it's even. All right, so that goes there. And then, hope y'all are enjoying this. I just love this, I tell you. Can you tell? That's what I did yesterday. I made all these cards so I could show you all the different papers. All right, so we're going to lay that one there. And again, we're just lining them up and making sure that they're even. And see how our scenes, this one's even nicer because our scene goes all the way across. And then we're going to do this one. All right. So let's put that one up here. And that one's going to go right here. I just love this paper. Oh my gosh, it's just unbelievable. Okay. All right, so now we've got our scene. See, look at that. Isn't that something? Isn't that gorgeous? You could actually, you know, you want to leave, I mean, you don't want to leave it like that, but you could actually make something different, put like a belly band on this, and then you could just have it where it opens all the way. Okay. All right. So now we've got this piece here. What I said was 1 1/4 by 5 1/2 because we're going to put this on here. Now, this piece here, where I cut the 2 inches off, which should, you know, if I did from top and bottom, it would have been an inch each. I'm going to cut this in half to 1 inch. So I'm going to cut this because this is going to go on the bottom. And this kind of looks like it's snow. So we're going to take one of these. And I've got this one that I can use for something else later. All right. Oops, I got to cut this down, don't I? I've got to cut this down to 5 1/4, right? Because it's 5, no, that's 6. We want it down to 5 1/4. Hang on a minute. Hold on a second. I got to make sure. Yeah, it should be 5 1/2. Yeah, 5 1/2. So this is going to be cut down to 5 1/4. Sorry, just had to make sure. All right, so this will be cut to 5 1/4. And again, we got one little tiny piece left over and that one strip. Okay, so we're going to attach this onto here. Now we can do this, I think I like it this way. We can put this on and then add this to the to our card base, whatever way works. So I think I'm going to add this piece first. So all we want to do is we want to bring this over and line it up towards the bottom and right to the edge of your card, because this is cut at 5 1/2, right? So we're going to put some glue right here. So, and I think the liquid glue is good. I mean, the green glue is good to use because it does allow it to, you've got some wiggle room with it. So I'm going to close this. Hopefully you can see. I'm sorry. Let me get this up here. All right, so we're going to lay this right here, and I'm just going to get it right up against the edge of the card, top, side and bottom. And I'm just going to hold it for a second so that it will adhere. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Now what we want to do is we can close it, because that way it will go into the card, it will go into the envelope, and then we open it and then it will still open up and be straight. Okay, so we're going to add our adhesive here, and then I'll add the other piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some, add some adhesive down here. Don't want to go too crazy. All right, so let's get that over here and lay this down and do the same thing. Just line it up even to the edge of the card, and we'll hold it down and let it sit for just a minute. Hey Betty, hi Hayden, how are you? Oh, you're in sunny California. How are you? With Katrina. Y'all know each other? How nice. Well, you're coming in a little late, but you can watch the replay. And I will be putting, I am giving you the measurements as I go, but I'll type up a tutorial and have that posted to the site, and I'll make a note for those that are on the on YouTube how to get to that link. Okay. All right. So now we're going to take this piece of paper. Actually, I'm thinking that's kind of crooked looking, isn't it? Did I cut that? I must have cut that wonky. I did, didn't I? Ooh, I did. Let me trim this up. I was looking at it thinking, that thing doesn't look straight. I got a little wonky on the bottom. Yep. Okay, hang on. Let me just trim this. Hold on one second. Let me get this thing trimmed, because the bottom piece is a little sticking out a little bit further. There we go. I thought it looked a little weird. All right, so I'm going to just add this to the bottoms to make it kind of look like there's more snow on the ground. So I'm going to flip that over, and we'll put some adhesive on here. These are 2 fun folds, and I'll show you all the ones that I made yesterday. I don't know if you've seen this, Betty, if you've seen this new paper, but I'm telling you what, everybody's going to fall in love with it. So we're going to lay this right over here, and again, we're going to let that sit for a minute, and I've got a little bit more, so let me just glue this down. I'm going to push the card base down so that it will adhere, and I got a little bit of glue right there. All right. Okay, so we got that. All right, so there's the start of that card. All right, what do you think about that? Can you see that? All right, so it stands up like that so somebody can put it on their desk. All right, now the next thing we're going to do, now I went ahead, pardon me. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? We didn't add our white piece to the back, so I guess I'm going to have to do that now. Duh. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And I'm going to stamp, I guess I'll do this, I'll do a different one. We'll do Seasons of Cheer. So let me grab that one real quick. It's kind of a large one. Let's see, will it fit there? No, it's not. Let's see. Well, we might, we might be able to get it on there. Let's see if we can, if it works. If not, we'll flip it over and we'll put something else. All right, so let's see. All right, we're going to stamp this, and if that doesn't work, we can always, I'll show you what we can do with our markers. Oh, I don't have this marker yet, so I can't do that. I can't, I'm lying. All right, so let's see if we can get this on here. I'm going to put it right about here. I think it's just big enough for this sentiment. Yep, right on the edge. We just made it. All right, so that one says wishing you a season of cheer. All right, so Probably you should put that on before you glue everything down, but it will be fine. So we're just going to add some glue to this and lay it on the back. And then we'll add our horse and carriage. All right, so we'll put this on here, and it's not a problem because we can just lay it right on there and put it down there. Make sure it's straight. There we go. Okay, so that's good. And now we can just push it down this way. All right, so we've got that. Now the next thing we're going to do, I went ahead and cut out the horse, and I colored this in. And oh, you have seen the paper before? Oh, you're in southern San Fernandino Valley. That's up north, right? Oh, and you're in Los Angeles. All right. Okay, so this piece here I've already cut out, and this is the little piece that goes on this sleigh, and this will go right up here and come right down there. All right, so it's gonna be that little curvy Q thing. So I'm just gonna put a few dabs of glue, and I'm probably gonna have to use my tweezers so that I can hold on to it. So I'm just gonna put a few dabs of glue, if I can get it to not come out too fast. Hang on, gotta get my tweezers on here. They're a little sticky. I should have grabbed my other ones. All right, let's see if there we go. All right, so we're just gonna put a little glue on here and get this on here. Now I used Poppy Parade for the ink color for the sleigh, and I did the horse and pecan pie. All right, so I'm just going to lay this. It's going to go right up, right along this black part right there, and then it's going to come down to this little swooshy thing. Right, I'm going to take this off right where that line is. So it's going to go just like that. So we're going to get that. This has got to go up a little bit. Put him right there. This, I think, goes up to the top. Hang on a second. I got to slide it around. Move him up a little bit. I think it goes up here. Hang on. All right, and we'll move that. I think it goes up here a little bit. Come on, Mama. See what happens when you get glue. All right, hang on. It'll probably be easier for me to just do it with my fingers. There we go. So we're going to put that right here. All right. And then we're going to add our sleigh. And this is silver, and this may be retired, to be honest with you. I'm not even sure if it is or not. So I'm just going to add that down at the bottom just to give it a little, you know, little flair, if you will. And I'm just going to put some little dots on here. If I can get my glue to go. I'm always hesitant because once this stuff starts coming out, you know, there we go. It comes. Okay. I think I'll do what I'm going to tell my ladies. Dot, dot, dot. Not a lot. That kind of makes sense. All right, I think we're good with that. I don't think that's going to take up much space. All right, so let me just get my tweezers. And nope, it needs to go this way. Hang on. There we go. All right, and we're just going to put this right here. Just lay it on here. Kind of line it up where it should go. All right. Isn't this cute? Oh, my goodness. I just love this. All right, and then we can put the horsey on here. Hang on a second. I've got to grab him with my fingers. And we're going to put him right about there. And then what we'll do is we can add these little snow things if we want to make it look like they've got mounds of snow that's coming up around. We'll add that to the bottom. Why don't we do that? And then we'll have them like they're tromping through the snow, or it can be on top of them. Let's see, how do we want to do that? Or maybe we're not going to use them. Let's see. Give me a minute. Let me think about this. I hadn't thought about this part yet. Hang on, probably should have them up, one up a little higher and one up a little lower. Maybe that one should go up here. Oh, maybe the low one should go where the horse is. What do you think? I know, this is the big challenge of the day. Where do I put my snow? All right, and then this one can go up a little bit higher, possibly. Or we can lay them together. All right, let's see what that looks like once we get it on there. And then we put our horse. I don't know. All right, I'm going to add the horse, and then we'll figure out the snow if we want to add him or not. So all I'm going to do is put some adhesive just down on this part of the horse, and we'll go ahead and attach him. I'll figure out about that snow. I'm not sure what I want to do. You know, so I'm just going to put it right down in this area and on his feet. and right here, because we don't want to go too high because we don't want it to obstruct with the card of closing. So we'll put them like that, and I'll just push from the bottom. Now we could put a little bit of snow around his feet if we wanted. That might look cute. What do y'all think? Don't use them? Don't use them. Okay, I'm not going to use them. All right, we'll throw the snow away. Okay, so now I could put a little bit here if I wanted, but I'm going to leave it. We could put a little bit of adhesive right here, but for now I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And it folds up to go in your card. Isn't that cute? Do you not love this? What do you think? All right, let me show you the other cards that I made so that you can see with this paper how easy the cards are, and they're very quick. All right, so these are the ones we've already done here. Well, I did. And then here's the other one for those that just joined. This one we did with just the black to make it like a shadow. All right, and then here's some of the other cards. All right, so let me get my stuff out of the way. And look at that, we'll be done before 8 o'clock. Hallelujah. Okay, so here, excuse me, here's one where I just cut the paper down and with the deer. So I just cut the paper down there, and then just your typical, just put a little thing right there. So this is just a regular card to show you how you can use that paper as well, okay? And then here's one, let me move these up here so we make sure. All right, now here's one which is a different kind of fun fold. I cut that same piece, no, we didn't use this one. This paper I cut down and just folded this over, and you know how you cut it at 4 1/4 by 11, and then I just cut off half of that flap, and then attached this to white, and then opened it up, and then I put another piece on the inside, so that's the back side of one of those papers, and then stamped the tree and left our part and used some of the jute ribbon. All right, so there's another little cute fun fold that you can do with that. All right, and here's some more of the papers that we did with this other fold. This is the first fold that we made. So this is using Lemon Lolly, and we open it up, and there's that house with the lighting. Isn't that gorgeous? Let me get over here. And then write your sentiment there, okay? And we did our snowflakes there. And then here's the fox. I did him on Cajun Craze. I'll get up closer so y'all can see. So there's a little red fox. And I put those copper ones on here that looked, now they kind of look red, but it's copper. And then there you go, the same thing. We've got the same image going across our card. So there you go. And then the next one is a same thing where I use the snowflakes again. And this is the red, this is one of the pieces, it's the red house. And again, you open it up and you've got the whole scene of that paper in your card. So easy fold and comes right back there, and then write your message right there. All right. And then the next one is using that yellow background like the sun setting or sun's rising. And again, I put some of those snowflakes and then open that one up as well. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's so easy, you all. That's why I'm telling you this paper is going to fly off the shelves come July 6th. So if you've even considered joining Stampin' Up, now would be a great time to join so you can take advantage of this. You can get this bundle in your starter kit. You get $155 of product for $99 plus your sales tax. So, all right, so there are the cards. And it didn't take me, once I got the template down and started cutting away, it really did go pretty fast. I made the horses today, but the other ones I did, all of these I did yesterday. So, all right, there we go. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed these cards. This is the horse and sleigh, one horse sleigh. Let me see, what is it? Let me give you the exact name of the suite. One horse open sleigh suite collection, and that will be available on July 6th. And you can get that through my online store. So thank you again. Please make sure that you share my video, you like and share, and if you have any friends, please make sure you share it with them. Invite them to join us next Tuesday. Every Tuesday I'll go live, and I think I'm going to start doing a Technique Thursday, but I'll keep you posted on that one. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me this Tuesday evening, and I will see you next week. Have a great week and a great weekend, and stay safe. Bye now.